Greg, we'll start by looking back at the Wrexham game on Wednesday night. It was a great performance despite the result, and we were probably unlucky not to get anything from the game.
Yeah, certainly deserved to, at least a point, based on how well we played in those first 25 minutes, obviously going 2-0 up, and then the chances that we had to make it 3-0, 4-0. It was disappointing that we came away with no points, but I think after the previous two results, obviously the big thing was, the unbelievable reaction that the players showed. The performance that they put in for 90 minutes was spot on. So there's no doubt in the ability, and the confidence should still be there that we can really go on and kick on and have a very good season despite the previous two results. So the main thing for me was the reaction that the players showed. It was certainly unbelievable, one best performance of the season. Even after going down to 10 players, it was couldn't fault anything about the 90 minutes. It was a great occasion. The atmosphere was brilliant, and I think everyone really enjoyed themselves, apart from obviously the final result.
One player we do have to talk about, Ellie Suckley. For the second game in a row, we had a debut goalkeeper. Great performance from Ellie. Made some key saves at great moments and looked like a seasoned pro out there.
Yeah, she did. She settled in really well. It's obviously, she's from Wrexham herself, so it was obviously a massive occasion for her. She's been brilliant. She's been training regularly with the first team, the other first team goalkeepers, with Ken still being unavailable, it was just a great opportunity for her to step in, and she really took full advantage of it. Kicking was spot on. She played out really well with confidence, and made 3 or 4 really key saves at times as well, and the handling was fantastic. So it was unbelievable debut for her, and it was just really pleasing that she could play such a key part in such a big game.
You've already talked about the fact we were reduced to 10 players against Wrexham on Wednesday night. You mentioned in your post-match interview about a potential appeal on that Helen Evans red card. How's that coming along?
Yeah, we've watched it back. We watched it back straight after the game, and from no angle really does it look like a red card. So yeah, we've the club have been very supportive, and we've lodged the appeal today. So we'll find out this afternoon whether that gets overturned. I'm 99% convinced that it will get overturned, because anyone who sees it will see that it obviously was the wrong decision. So yeah, fingers crossed we'll have Helen Evans available on Sunday, because if she has to miss 3 games of football for that, then it's just very unfair, to be honest.
Well, we are back in action on Sunday. We make the trip to South Wales to face Swansea City. They're sitting second place in the table at the moment, so that's going to be another difficult game.
Yeah, very tricky game. Never an easy place to go. They're a very good team, and to be honest, I think they're gonna be pushing Cardiff City all the way. So I know they're missing a couple of players. They've lost a couple of players, as we have as well. So it's just that part of the season now where obviously we've been playing for a long time, and every club's picking up injuries. It's who's able to deal with them the best. There's no reason why we shouldn't be going down there and looking to come away with 3 points. That's certainly what we'll be doing. Obviously, we beat them at the end of last season, and unfortunately lost last kick of the game at home this season after pushing them all the way for 90 minutes. So, we'll be confident going down there, and we'll be doing everything we can to come away with 3 points.
The New Saints women have never won at the Landarcy Academy of Sport, but we have put in some strong performances. You've just mentioned it there. We got our first win against Swansea at the back end of last season, and put in a really good performance this time around as well. So, how much of a boost will it be psychologically to finally get that win down there on the road?
Yeah, it will be massive. It's like I say, it's it's a tricky place. It's obviously a long journey, the longest journey that we have to do in the league. So it certainly doesn't do the preparations any favours. But the girls know what to expect now. The pitch is going to be far from ideal. Obviously, this time of the year, it's going to be probably a bit of a mud bath and very bobbly. So it should that could potentially play in our favour, because obviously at the start of this season at our place on a nice pitch, Swansea passed it around very well, and at times we struggled to get near them, although we did do very well defensively. So potentially the pitch could play into our favour, and we'll be looking to use that to our advantage.
And how have the preparations gone for this game? Obviously, little training time this week, having the midweek fixture.
Yeah, perfect preparation really. That is, it's 90 minutes of football for the majority of people was better than 1 or 2 training sessions. So they put in a great shift, and everyone's come out of the game really well. There was obviously naturally a few sore bodies towards the end of those 90 minutes, but everyone's recovered really well, and we're looking good for Sunday.
We had a number of players make their return from injury on Wednesday night, but what is the situation this time around? In particular, Evie Williams, who went off with a knock midway through that second half.
Yeah, that's only the only potential one really. She took quite a heavy knock, and mixed in with a little bit of cramp as well. So she is very sore at the moment. So that might be one that we have to leave until late Saturday night before we make a decision on that. But as we've seen in the last couple of games, we've got more than enough players to come in if needed.
And we are halfway through the January registration window now. Any potential further news on any new signings?
Yeah, no, there's been some more players that we've spoken to in the last few days. Couple who are hopefully attending training next week just to have a look. They're unattached to clubs at the moment, but they come from a very good background. So yeah, fingers crossed that they like what they see next week, and obviously we like what we see, and hopefully we can get one or two through the door in the next 1 to 2 weeks.